What is up, you guys? So in this video, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest pitfalls that I see people running into, and this is restricted products and gated products. One of my friends, I literally just saved him $4,000. He had already put in the order, but it hadn't posted to his credit card, and so he was able to go back and cancel it. I had given him the original go-ahead, but then we went back and we found out that it was a restricted product, and you're not allowed to sell it on Amazon. This is something that every seller needs to watch out for, and even seasoned sellers can get trapped by this. You'll see a good product opportunity, you just want to go on it. But you got to look into these, because some of them you don't think that it might be restricted, but it might be. So I'm going to go over in this video, and then we're also going to talk about gated products. So a gated product is where you can sell in that, but there's going to be some rules, like you need to get a certification or you need to get approval from Amazon to sell it. So we're going to go over that in this video. But first, we're going to start out with restricted products, and then we will go on to gated products, and I'll tell you guys how you can get ungated. So let's go over here. So what I want you guys to know, so this is the official page for Amazon just on restricted products. So I suggest that everybody goes through and reads this. I'm a big advocate, and Mark Cuban always says RTF. That's one of his main principles, and that's how he became a billionaire. One of the main ones. Read the manual, RTFM. That's what he says. So do it. All right. Go read all the rules about selling. This is like your contract, your agreement with Amazon. Learn it to a T. I've learned so many things, and I get so much money back, and I sell faster than other sellers, I think, because I know all the rules, and I just follow them, and I know which ones I can bend, which ones I can't, which ones you shouldn't break. I've read a bunch of other books about Amazon too, and talked to people that work there. So anyways, don't sell restricted products. It's a good way to get your account banned and your listing taken off. By the way, right now, I am in southern New Zealand, and it's fall/winter here, so I'm wearing this. I'm cold, and it's a campground right here that I'm just recording at. So I'm actually not able to log into my Amazon seller account, so I can't show you guys everything, but I'll show you this. So read through this whole page. Certain categories you can get approved to sell in them, but you have to get pre-approval before you even list in them. Okay? Here are the types of restricted products, like alcohol. Nobody can sell alcohol on Amazon, from my understanding. Like, let's look up wine. I know Amazon can, though. They now have a liquor license through the purchase of Whole Foods in every single state. That's one of the main reasons. But we look up wine. Okay, you can get wine racks, blah, blah, blah. But you can't buy physical wine on Amazon. That's the rule, okay? So go through, read all of these categories. I'm not going to go through them all, but look at this one. I'll just point this one out. Eclipse glasses and filters for solar viewing. That one was added. Thank you to me. Well, it would have happened regardless, but I was a big part of making this happening. So what happens is basically these are restricted unless you have certification. So some of them you just flat out can't sell. Some of them you can sell, but you have to get approval. So these eclipse glasses, there's danger. Whenever there's danger or laws, it becomes restricted, and then there's further rules. Not everybody can just list it, okay? So you have to have, like for eclipse glasses, you have to have your company name, seller ID, email address, all of this stuff right here. I'm not just going to read it off. But here, this is the big thing. You need to have your stuff with this exact certification. And this certification is needed so that they know that you are a legitimate seller. That's what it is. Those are the rules. Or you could say, we purchased from one of these. So this is there are some other ones that you could check out. Even organic products. Basically, if you're going to sell anything with a certification or whatnot, you have to prove that you actually have that. Because so many fake sellers just go up there and say they have a certification that they don't. It happened everywhere with the solar eclipse. So this is where the world is going. And this is where it's really, really important getting your certifications and actually making sure that you have certified products from a legitimate company. You're going to need it to even sell in a lot of categories. You need it to protect yourself legally in case of a lawsuit, or just to protect your customers, everything. So that's what we got to say. We've covered restricted products, a little bit what they are. Some of them you need certification. Some of them you just can't sell, okay? Gambling and lottery. You can't sell lottery tickets. It doesn't matter how many certifications. Amazon's never going to let you sell lottery tickets, okay? That one makes kind of sense. But, there's other ones like lock picks. Okay, so a lot of people you'll find that it looks like they're going to make money. Okay, stolen property and lock picking devices. So Amazon doesn't want any liability at all. Think about that. That's a driving, motivating force of Amazon. They don't want any liability, so they're not going to allow you to sell stuff that's used to break laws. Sometimes they will. They give you examples and everything, but here's the question and the takeaway. I want to be actionable. How do you know if a product is restricted? Or if you could sell it? Because these rules are kind of vague and whatnot, okay? So like, let's say this, shoplifting devices, like what do they consider a shoplifting device? Well, it comes down to the rep and everything. So here's the rule, okay? Go to Amazon, log in. I can't log in because I'm in the middle of New Zealand and they want me to, I haven't changed my exact phone over to my new international phone, so I'm not able to log in here. But what you do is you go to contact us on the top right of your Amazon seller account, and just contact them pretty much about any other issue. You just need to get it through to the right person and ask Amazon. That's what you need to do. You can do two things. You can give them an example one that's like the exact product of yours, or I actually don't know about this next one. So I was going to say you could make a listing and then ask Amazon if you're allowed to say it, but you might get in trouble for making that listing on your Amazon seller account. So I don't want to say that. I will update this as time goes on, but as of this time, get an example listing that's like the exact same one as you, because you just want to know, are you allowed to sell this, and do you need any certifications to sell it on Amazon? Okay, that's basically all you need to know. So I would find, like, if I found a lockpick and I wanted to know, can I sell lockpick? I would go to like lock picking device. This is what is confusing about this, because you'll look at these up and you'll actually see products that would be like this, like a kit set for training with, this is obviously, okay, so these people are getting around the rules by not calling it a lock picking set, but it's a lock picking set. Let's be honest. Some of them will say lock picking kit, actually, but they'll get taken down quickly. But there, you'll see massive, like, look, if we look at Viral Launch, this is going to be killer, I bet. All right, it's going to be 5 stars. I guarantee it's going to look like home run. Normally, restricted products look like home runs, and people, if they don't do the research, you'll get 5 stars. What did I know? I mean, I could look up any of them. So I'll give you an example of my friends that we were just looking at. I went through the whole process with him and was like, cool, this sounds like a great idea. It was It was a capsule filling machine or something like this. This isn't the right keyword, but essentially, if you look at these, they're doing crazy numbers, and they're to make your own drugs or to make your own supplements. Like, I would actually use this because if I want to buy bulk supplements and then fill and make my own pills, I could save and pay 1/4 the price as if I'm paying somebody else to fill these for me, you know? I'm essentially just getting rid of the middleman of the private label, but not allowed to do that. I mean, yeah, look at this guy. This is 32,000 revenue with 32 reviews. This, you're not allowed to sell this. So look in the restricted categories, drugs and drug paraphernalia. So this one was what was questionable. All right, this is the example. It didn't look like at first, but it's considered a drug paraphernalia. Examples of permitted listings: drugs approved for over the counter or whatever. Examples of prohibited. Products that simulate the effects of drugs. Okay, not that. Seeds or plants, like stuff to grow drugs. Bath salts. You can't have bath salts. Too bad. Sorry, guys. Can't sell bath salts. Drug paraphernalia, dab kits. Oh, yeah, that's another big one. So what are some common examples of restricted products that people run into issues with? Dab kits. People sell vapes. You can't sell vapes on Amazon, guys. Like this, capsule filling machines. Even there's restrictions on fidget spinners. You have to have certain certs now and prove certain stuff to them. Here's another big one: sex. Okay? Now, here's a big thing on sex. Not only do you have to have certain certifications, you have to list it on like another Amazon website. There's like a dark Amazon site where this dirty like the sex stuff is, and you can't show up on normal Amazon search. People have to go to this other Amazon site to search, so it's very hard, and you can't do ads, so it's very hard to sell sex products and rank them. Just a heads up. There's a lot of money in it though. Somewhere in here you can find it. It lists why you can't do this. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where in here. So my friend did this, okay? Basically, my friend, I told him, okay, send a message to Amazon, give an example listing, use my script. So basically say, hey, well, we have a product that is, we're looking to sell this, or we're looking to sell a product identical to this. Are there any certifications or listings that are required for this, for us to sell this on Amazon? And they will tell you if it's a good or not. And if you get it in writing from Amazon, you now have an email proof, so that if something were to happen to your account because of this, you're just like, hey, Amazon, you guys told me I could do this. I asked you. Always ask for permission if you're going to do something that's potentially dangerous on your account. So that's what we did here, and it wasn't clear, but I told him to just read through all of it and send it in. I delegate stuff. And he got an answer back from Amazon and saying no, that he could not sell it. It's a restricted product. So he saved a lot of money. Like he literally put $4,000 in to buy this and not. So these are bad Chinese sellers that are just doing this. They're going to get taken down soon. None of these listings exist for long. That's another key that you're in a restricted product. Low reviews. The listings don't have long history. You could do and like go and look at camel, and you'll be able to see what is a restricted product or not just by looking at the, let's see, camel. Put in the ASI in there, or you could just copy the URL. That would probably be easier for people that are new. Yeah, look. Okay, what do you know? It's only been up there for 8 days. It'll get taken down soon. These are just, yeah, so that's the name of the game. That is restricted products, you guys. All right, so we just talked about restricted products. Now we're going to talk about gated products. And what gated products are, these are different. This is an entire category wide, all right? So there's restricted, and then there like products, which meet like specific criterias, and then there's entire categories. Categories are huge. The way that Amazon worked in the beginning is they would just do a large category restrictions, okay? And they actually, Amazon first started out with only the category books. Then they added certain types of big electronics, and they slowly added by category by category. That's how Amazon actually got started. And then they started to see problems, and the certain categories required approval, okay? And then now it seems they're taking less and less off the approval list, and then now they're just adding restricted products. So what they would do is if there was something potentially dangerous like beauty, they would have it restricted, and you had to get approval because there's like some dangerous beauty creams if you have bad ingredients. And that's the way it worked. Now it's just restricted for certain top parts within the categories, because categories are so huge and broad. I suggest whenever you're watching this, go and read for yourself. Look at the Amazon rules. Read the manual, RTF. Mark Cuban says do with that, okay? It's always changing, and this is going to be a pain to keep up to date. Categories and products requiring approval. So selling toys and games in the holiday season, Amazon watches with warranties, videos, DVDs, Blu-rays, collectible coins, streaming media players. There's different types, and then there's additional category guidelines for every single category that you potentially want to sell in. Most don't have them, but some do. So this is all below that, and then there is of course restricted products, and then like we talked about in the other video, so there's hoverboards, there are laser pointers and related products. Now if you want to get approved for anything, you need to look at the documentation that's required, okay? And then you need to provide that to them. Now some of them will require you to get invoice from your supplier. Just know that if it's in a restricted, or if it's in a gated category, you have to get ungated before you can sell it. And then if it's in a restricted product, you have to get approved to sell that. Otherwise, it could be bad, very bad. So don't do that. That's an overview of restricted products and gated categories.